Good day everyone and welcome to another vlog for the Exodus 7 to 12K JV project. In this vlog I'm going to keep it like really short because I only have a few things to share. For example, I still need to fix this little building over here. Even though I fixed it in the actual project where the building is, I haven't fixed it in the main project, so I definitely have to do that. I'm just going to make a note of that. Okay, that is cool. Now, this week probably went mostly to trying to get the characters finished and actually into the scene, but you can see right here there's a bit of a problem. They all float above the surface or they're stuck in the surface, like you can see with this little boy over here, this little lady over there. I think there are children that are literally halfway into the ground. It's one of those things when working with particles. I mean, look at this guy in the wall over here. Now, this is nothing new. I've showed you guys that particle systems are not perfect, at least not yet. They have very much potential for really odd moments and really awkward ones as well. So don't be surprised if something like this happens with your particles. But I do want to say that it is, for lack of a better term, fixable for the most part if you use a different method of distribution. For example, to get this right, I used hair instead of the typical emitter. So I used advanced hair. So I want to show you what the characters look like after they got posed and put back on the ground. Okay, so this is after they got posed and put on the ground in the best way possible. Now you can see that some of them, their feet are literally planted in the ground. This is for two reasons. The primary reason is to get them to stand on the ground in the first place. What I did was I moved the emission plane so that I can have these outlines. I moved it slightly below the actual surface so that they would be closer to the ground. Unfortunately, this does mean that some of them have their feet firmly planted on the ground, in the ground. So that's just one of those little annoying things. One thing I also need to do is add the dust to the surface. So I'm just going to make a note of that as well because I didn't get to that this week. One thing I did get to do though is work on a new tutorial, which you can see on screen right now. I'm going to put it right over here. And that is for the new style candle as part of the Fire series for the 4Anime tutorial series. It's a series within a series. I like this. It's cool to focus on a single topic. So what I want to show you guys is what the tests for the tutorial actually look like. Okay, so this was the first one that I actually rendered out using quite a bit of particles because I wanted something a little bit more extravagant. And you typically won't get a candle that's being rotated like this and still stay active. But I want to use this for not just candles, but also bigger flames like on a torch. So I'm really thankful that God helped me get this flame to actually bend as it moves, because that was the main struggle for this specific tutorial. The materials and the general rigging was not the issue. What I tried was using a slow parent to get it to bend, but it didn't bend the right way. It would bend almost like an S-curve every time, and candles don't bend in an S-curve. They usually just go for like a little parentheses curve, you know, like this or like that or whatever the case might be. Okay, so this was the first test, particles way too intense. Second test, particles less, but still a little bit too inaccurate because they don't quite cooperate with the flame. Third test, also still particles, but I felt that the particles were going still a little bit too fast and not really cooperating with the flame the way I wanted him to. But you can also see in this one I actually changed the material to reflect that normal influence as well. Gives a little brightness variance. And this was the final test before I actually felt peace about making the tutorial. But in the tutorial I did not include the particle part because it's not really relevant to a candle. A normal candle would not, except on really rare occasion, give you like these little spark slash flame licks and stuff that come off the candle. It's very rare for a candle to do that. So moving on, and this was the tutorial result. As you can see, it's just a candle moving in front of a wall surface so that you can actually see the point lamp having an effect. And I'm going to show you the example for the tutorial, as in what you can do with the tutorial if you actually just put your mind a little bit to it. And here it is. Now this is really good animation practice. Now watch as he picks it up, the candles bend in that reaction. And each one is different as well, because I'm using an empty to animate the candles. You can see it in this video, but the scene is actually huge because I didn't rescale the candles from the tutorial. I actually used the tutorial project, save it different project, and used it. So I am super thankful God showed me how to do this. What he also showed me was how to create these little drops on the candle in a very quick and easy way using particles. In essence, you're using dead particles, but you're not killing them off, because the second you kill them off, they either vanish or they remain static where they're at. So what you need to do is you need to use no physics, but you still need to keep them alive so that when the object moves, they stick with the object. And it works brilliantly, as you can see over here. Also, you can find a video on how to have a character pick up something like this. It's just a really quick tip. You can find that over here as well, or in the description, or you can check the cards. And here we have one of the Hebrew characters. Now, I don't know if you guys notice it, but this is based off of Moses. I literally used Moses as the base character for this, did some changes, color changes, took away the beard. I kept the hair, just made it darker, same with the eyebrows over here. I do want to remove the specular value on the eyebrows though. I also removed the eye mask, and I want to remove some of the lines from the face so that it's less obvious that I used Moses for creating a different character. Now I'm still working on the second one because my focus yesterday was on the first one, but I definitely want to make two characters using Moses, so I just want to show you the second one as well. So as you can see here, I haven't really gotten to modifying him excessively, but this is pretty much what he looks like at the moment. I did modify the outfit, as you can tell, but I may want to use different colors, for example focusing on blue, or possibly adding a little bit of yellow in there. I don't know, but I definitely want to change him up. I also want to possibly consider taking the hair away for this one and changing some lines, and keep the shoes. I definitely want to keep the shoes. And that's pretty much it for this week. Got a lot done. Anyway, I'm super thankful God helped me with all these things. Have a great one, and God bless you.